So I came across this video earlier this morning that really stood out to me. I haven't watched it yet, but it's a video of a guy who's 22 that he made about him having no friends. It stuck out to me, I think, because I hear that a lot. I feel like a lot of people feel like they don't have a lot of friends or they don't have any friends at all. So let's watch this together.
I say I don't have no friends, I'm not saying like, oh, I choose not to have friends. I think I just don't gravitate towards the wrong crowd because the crowd of friends I was hanging around didn't go down a path I wanted to go down. And I wasn't interested in those things that they wanted to be interested in. So I just split ways. Really, I really didn't even really have friends.
Man, that's the thing that sucks about like growth or any transition in life really is like when you have friends, like really good friends, you have good memories, y'all did like a lot of things together, and as a person, even great friend. Um, but did its life did its thing, like life does. And y'all go down different paths, y'all don't talk. And it doesn't even start off with like not talking completely. It's just like a drift, and then years later you wake up and you're like, wow, what happened? None of it made sense in regards to like exactly how y'all stopped talking. You just remember there was a drift, and then time passed, and you know it clicked, and it was like, wow. I remember we used to be like this, so cool or so close and whatever. Um, and then I guess in that case, the only thing you could really point it towards, I guess, or really connect the dots with is, you know, life just went its separate ways. So
For real, it was just school buddies. Then when um 11th grade come, it'll be like this, and then when 12th grade come, it'll be like this. So that's how it was with me, you know. And I guess it's because I didn't want to do the things they did. I don't know.
you know what, like because I think a lot of people have been through like this phase, and I think, at least for me, I mean, I can only really speak for myself. The thing that really sucks the most is like, you ever like really wanted to click with people for a long time, like a lifetime, you know, if that was an option. But like where they're going in life, you can't bring them with you. Like where they're going in life, it's going to take you off your path, and you can't take them with you at the same time. Um, because at the end of the day, people are who they are, and people can only be who they are. Um, so my point is like, you ever just like really just wanted those friendships to last forever, but it's just y'all just don't click anymore. And it's like, yeah, like you can't change the person, and you just have to accept that. Like whatever they're doing in life and it's not the path for you, you can't there's nothing that you can do in life to make that align again like it did when y'all was 13, 14, 15, whatever the case is. It's like that time has gone, and it has passed. And the only thing you can do from that point on is, of course, hold on to memories and accept it and move forward. So,
It's just certain things that just fall off. You know what I'm saying? It's just because you don't want to do certain things. And outside of that, I had nobody, and I still have nobody but my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, And it's nobody out after school that I mess with. Like, I am in contact with no one that I went to school with. And I don't know why it's like that.
You know, the craziest part about stuff like this is like I see online a lot, or I hear a lot too, not just online. Like, I feel like a lot of people are looking for like friends and community, or at least say that. But it's so crazy that like millions of people are looking for the same thing, but still yet millions of people haven't had that yet, like haven't found that. Like, it's rare, not to say it doesn't exist, but that like people are like, okay, yeah, I met somebody um outside of high school, or of course, outside of college, whatever, just outside of school, right? I met someone and like we're really good friends. I don't really hear that. Like like you hear people talk about like the fall off. Like, okay, we was cool in high school, college, whatever. They ain't have no friends, and everybody's story's not exactly the same, but it's pretty similar. Have no friends, and then everybody's looking for friends, and still yet no one can find friends. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's like if people are really trying to find friends or build a community or build friendships, or if everyone, not everyone, but if a lot of people are just saying it and not really putting in the effort. Because I don't know, to me that's I've always like thought about that too. Like, how is it that so many people are looking for the same thing, right? So it's out there, but yet people are like still struggling for those relationships and those friendships. So
I never had nothing against them. We was always locked in, but hey, I mean, I guess we outgrow people. We just outgrow each other. It ain't how that used to be. Like, friends I had since second grade.
but sometimes I feel like those friendships that were had being younger was like, because children tend to not be so picky, right? And sometimes I feel like a lot of the times growing up, you're just trying to fit in. So you may mold yourself to be someone that you're really not, to fit in. Or going back to like just not being picky, right? You kind of want to fit in. And to fit in, sometimes you can't be so particular about like who's in your circle or whatever the case is. So from that point on, you just kind of change like what you typically would accept or what you typically would and would not do, so that you could have those friendships. But then as you get older, things have to, not always have to, but you look for things to align in your path in life, because you get older, you're like, damn, life is getting serious. Like, I can't be doing X, Y, and Z, or I need to be more focused on this, and I want to achieve this, and I want to obtain this, and da da da. So because of that, you start to like look at everything that aligns with that and things that don't align with that, and the things that don't align with it don't make the cut. So then now it's like, okay, now I'm going to be very particular about what I want. And unfortunately, it's like those friends that you had previously, they no longer align with that. Where previously, when it was like, damn, like, I'm just trying to fit in. I'm just trying to make friends. I'm just trying to get through the school year. You want to be everybody's friend. But then you get older, time to buckle up, get real serious, and things that don't align with that, they don't make the cut. But sometimes either way, it still sucks. Either way, like when you really think about it still sucks. Still sucks. Because you still have moments with certain people. And I think like at this age, a lot of people are looking for like a bond. Like you want that bond. Like a bond is like not just someone that you're like, hey, how you doing? Da 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 da. Let's go out. Let's go eat. It's like a bond. Like they understand. They understand your mind. Like all the craziness in your mind. Y'all have that bond. They can understand it. They understand how you may be feeling or where you coming from. Not because they've experienced it, but because simply y'all have that bond. And when you have a bond, you understand what I'm talking about.
grade, you know, 5th grade, 4th grade. It ain't like that. Things are okay, I'm alone by myself in this world, doing what I'm doing on the mission, grinding. Because right now it's no one, but when I'm successful, it's gonna be everyone. You get what I'm saying? That's weird, ain't it? So much imaginary people gonna be trying to pop up now, and that's gonna be weird.
Isn't that crazy though? Like, isn't that crazy how, like, once someone's name is out there, their name is out there. Like, no matter what they do or who they are in real life, once they're kind of out there, they're out there. And then you start to see a lot of people follow that person simply because now they have a name and that name rings a bell and stuff like that. And it's like, it's an attachment to someone that you don't know, but someone that only you hear. And it's crazy though, because when people blow up or whatever the case is, they become successful, whatever the case is, once your name rings a bell, people aren't thinking about like, oh yeah, I know this person. Like, yeah, we went to school together. Like, remember we stayed with each other. It don't go that far. It's just, oh, I know their name and I want to follow them. I want to be a part of their life. It's crazy how people want to be part of your life and they don't know you. They don't know you. And you don't know them.
Nobody outside of school ever try to hit me up. Don't nobody talk to me. Not like I'm looking for them to talk to me or anything. It's not that, because when I graduated,
and I think a lot of people look for that too. A lot of people, I feel like, look for that, or I feel like a lot of people think about that too. A lot of people are thinking about, no one's hitting me up, no one's reaching out to me, no one's seeing how I'm doing. But everybody has that same mindset of, no one's reaching out to me, no one's seeing how I'm doing, no one's asking me if I'm okay, no one's checking in on me, I haven't heard from this person. So if I think that way, and the person that I'm thinking about, or the people that I'm thinking about when I say that think that way, we all think that way. Someone has to break that. You know what I mean? Someone has to insert themselves so that I'm not just thinking that way and they're not just thinking that way. Someone has to come in and be like, listen, we all been thinking and feeling the same way. Let's have a conversation. It's a different story if you're reaching out and people aren't answering, people aren't responding. That's a different story. But the story that I tend to hear is that, listen, we all feel like no one's reaching out to us. We all feel like no one's checking in on us. But it's like everybody feels like that though. Everybody feels like that. Everybody's going through the same exact thing. But it's like, everybody can't just feel like that. If y'all want something to change, someone has to insert themselves and be like, listen, we're going to start talking.
On the way, I'm not saying it like I'm tired of being alone or anything, but I wish I, you know what I'm saying, have like some few friends, you know what I'm saying, that, you know.
I would just say to that, the time is now. The time is now. Like, if having friends and building a community, if that's something that's on your mind, if you feel like you're lonely, if you want to be out there more, if you want to have people to go out to eat with, go drink coffee with, go bond with, go talk with, the time is now. And I hear a lot, like, people talk about, I want to make friends, like, I really want friends, but I'm too busy. I'm too busy. Your life always is going to be busy. Like, life is always going to be busy. You're always going to have to work. You're always going to have to catch up on things. You're always going to have to make sure you eat, you shower, you do this, da-da-da. Life is pretty much always going to be busy. You're always going to have stuff to do. Come on. 2 years from now, you're going to say the same thing. 3 years from now, you're going to say the same thing. if there's something that you want, you go get it. No matter how busy you are. No matter how busy you are. If it's something that you want, it's a difference between something that we tell ourselves that we want and then something that we really want. If it's something that you really want, whether it's friends, whether it's something else in life is always going to be busy. It's always going to hold you up. It's going to do that. It's going to do that. It's going to do that. And every time you're busy, the reason why you're going to stop from doing something that you say that you want to do is because you're busy. But you're never not going to not be busy. So.
Content, to help y'all out, because I know what it feels like to not be helped out in a way, you know what I'm saying, to be lost and not have some information. Maybe I can help y'all with that. I could be y'all older brother or y'all friend or y'all anything that y'all want me to be. I can help y'all and we can be in this together, because it's been going on since 2021.
And to that, I'll say, I think we could all agree that a lot of people are looking for friends. A lot of people are looking for some bond, some kind of community. A lot of people. But yet, like I mentioned previously, it's like millions of people are looking for the same thing, but somehow can't find it. So with that, I'll say, remember, you're not in this boat alone. Most people are looking for what you're looking for. And it's not, oh, I'm not meant to have friends, or it's me, it's, come on. Come on. I see people bond over the wildest stuff, have hobbies I didn't even know were hobbies. Like, it's out there.
If you are in the same boat I am, comment. I want to know, like, do y'all have friends? Or y'all comment like something that y'all want to say down in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Like the video. Make sure you watch the full video.
And to that, guys, comment. If you come across this video, like he said, if you're looking for friends, I know out there in the world, people are looking for friends. And there's a lot of value and importance to having a community and having friends and having people you could bond with. And I know a lot of people are like, I'm used to being alone. I like to be alone. And I'm like that too. Like, I'm really like that too. I like to be like, I want to be by myself and stuff like that. But there's no harm in having good friends either. And I also realized too, I can do more. I can do more with both. Because sometimes, like everybody else, we need somebody. So when you're alone and you just alone and you need people, what can you do? Right? But if you're able to be alone sometimes when you want to, but also have friends, and when you need friends, you have friends you can call on, what can you do? There's more you can do in that case. So to have both is a gain. It's not necessarily a loss, at least when they're good friends. And I know a lot of people talk about, again, just, I like to be alone, 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 I like to be alone. But you don't have to be alone. And I feel like sometimes we just tell ourselves to be alone because we're accustomed to being alone. Or it's like we feel like we have to be alone now. Or we're like, there's no hope out there, so I need to just be alone. Or we put like a label on pretty much everybody, if not most people. Like, most people won't make good friends. They won't make good friends. You have to think outside of that. Like, because if you think that, your mind's already made. If you really think that, your mind's already made. But if you can get yourself out of that headspace then it's like, okay, now you see opportunity and hope, and you're like, okay, well, all right, we may be able to do something here. So, and this goes to anything in life. If you want it, you got to tell yourself first that you can have it. Don't close yourself off to it by saying, I can't have it. Because in that case, your mind's already made. And then you go out there. So, I'm going to wrap this one up. If you want friends, guys, comment below. I'm sure if someone comes across this video, anyone. But I know other people are looking for friends. So, bye. Well, peace.